everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Carlos. Today we're going to be going over the start of a new period. It's new year, so starting the new year, and we're going to start a new phase with our physique, with our journey, and I couldn't be more excited. So let me just go over what I've been doing. Like for the last 4 months, bulking, strength training, going for weight, chasing the logbook. And, that's great. I mean, it really kept me motivated until it didn't. It's not that I started hitting walls, but it just starts getting old. And then start feeling low energy, like I'm off all the gear. Then I went off TRT, and I was off everything, and I was still making gains. So I said, well, why not just continue doing it this way? Until I had the worst workout, I think, of my life. I mean, yeah, probably. I'm pretty devoted, to being diligent in the gym. I never go to the gym unless I'm going to do it. And I got to the gym on Monday, and it was just like the worst. I was almost falling asleep doing the cardio. I've been resting. I sleep well. But on the cardio, it's like all I could think about is I don't want to be here. I want to go home. I want to lay down on the couch. I want to do something. I just want to be lazy. I don't want to do anything. And I did my 15 minutes of cardio, it was a chore. And then I go down to this basement. They were inaugurating this new gym, the franchise that I go to, and it was still not completely built out. There was still like dirt and dust, and it was like still under construction. No music. And it's like, oh my God, I had trouble curling 30 pounds. It's like, what is wrong? It's like, ugh. Then I got underneath the bench press, and, it was like, to do one plate. It was like, what? I eventually worked up to the, 2 plates and a 10-pounder, but it was like just doing 1 rep. And it was like ridiculous, the lethargy, the lack of motivation, the boredom, how, I didn't, why am I doing this? It was like horrible. It was just horrible. And so, trying to maintain the bulk. I've been eating very diligently, but it's like I'm up to here. It's, I don't want to complain about it. Food is a blessing, and I get to eat a lot. But I wasn't gaining weight. It's like I reach a point where, unless I'm doing PDs and I haven't, used growth hormone or insulin ever in my life, but I hear from the trainers that, man, buddy, that's what you got to do if you want to gain another 25, 30 pounds from where you are. I mean, if you want to get really stacked, you got to go, full in with these other PDs. I said, I just don't want to do that right now. Out of sheer laziness, probably. I probably could, but it's like wasn't even motivated for that. It was like I wanted to curl up and die. I was so bored, and I'm going on and on about this just because I have to be honest about the journey. I have to be honest about the ups and downs. Not everything is like really, really, great. Well, most of the time it is. I'm a happy guy. I live in a very joyful spot, and I'm very motivated 99% of the time. But man, I hit a low, and for 3 days after that, it wouldn't go away. It was like 2 days. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was like, oh no, I'm not going to continue this way. There's just no way I'm going to continue this way. So I said, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to go on some vacations later on this year, in February, later in February, and then Easter comes up. Why don't you get fit? I'm not too far away. I didn't let myself get too fat or anything, and I'm lifting heavy weights. I got really strong. I didn't neglect my cardio, and I said, well, I'm just a stone's throw away from, just doing it again, and so I'm doing it again. I couldn't be more motivated, people. It's like being born again. It's like just being in a hibernation funk where it's like, man, I know people can relate to these, bluesy, low lows of lack of nothing, no energy, no motivation, no nothing. I wasn't sick or anything. It was just like, don't want to. Laziness is a horrible companion. So, starting yesterday, started over again. And so the idea is to just really, I want to hone in the physique. So yesterday I did like 30 minutes of cardio. Doing it this time around, it's going to be higher intensity cardio. This This low intensity stuff, I understand it's useful for just like not going into the attrition of the muscle and sparing the muscle and burning the fat. But that's when you're at the end of your diet. It's like if you're on a 12, 16 week cut, then the last 4 weeks, yeah, list, don't do high, don't be running up hills and stuff with a backpack of rocks. Don't do that because you don't have the energy and you probably need it for lifting weights. You won't recuperate. You'll probably burn some muscle and lose size. But at the outset, I mean, you can only get fit. So I'm doing like the cardio with some energy, like trying to get my heartbeat up higher, run faster, cycle faster, and that's great. And I did 6 sets of abdominals. Like I did a circuit, but it was like the most conscientious thing I've done in a long time. I mean, I was crunching, I was burning, I went into the pain zone, like where you just want to stop, and then I just kept on going, a little bit more with the hanging raises, and then, just the whole thing. And it was great. I said, okay, I got initiated back into the motivation train. Like, I feel good again. It was just enough to stimulate. I didn't go and kill myself on a workout. And today, which is the video I'm presenting today, was absolutely great. It was great. I was going to do I did do back, shoulders, and arms, but I didn't do a complete back session. I didn't feel the energy to do like heavy deadlifts and stuff. Besides, I'm trying to do a cut. So I did the drop sets on the lat pull downs because I usually don't use the lat pull downs as a main exercise. To me, it's the cables and all of that. They're accessories. Like for me, real lifts are T-bars, barbell rows, RDLs, that type of stuff. But I think that mentality has to shift. And I got one of the nastiest pumps on my rear delts and my upper back doing drop sets and like an FST7 type of thing. 7 reps, 7 reps, 7, 7, 7. And it was excruciating. It actually was. Like the back of my delts, the upper back was like, wow, that is gnarly, man. Like gnarly. Can you do some barbell rows? I don't need barbell rows right now. There'll be a time and a place. Absolutely. Because I love them. I love doing the strength. I love yanking heavy weight off the floor. But there comes a time where you have to get into this periodization thing, get into the bodybuilding, the refinement of the body. Like, I feel strong enough. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to be doing strength stuff. Okay, so I went and did the shoulder presses on the Smith and got 2 PRs. I thought it was going to be heavy, because first set with one plate, 135 pounds, it was like, and I noticed it's all mental. It's like how you breathe, how you approach, and how you want to move the bar. So I was like, no, you can't do this like a lazy man. Breathe, get in, and just do it. And it was like really light. It's like, wow, it's way too late. Whereas the first intention, the first try, felt heavy. Like, it's like you get up and it's so burden some weight. Oh, but if you're psyched, it's all mental, man. And so I pyramided up, and I got a PR with the 2 plates, with the 225 on the Smith. Last time was my first try with the 2 plates, and I got 3 reps, and today I got 4. And it was a little bit easier. So I know I'll be working those 2 plates. It's like, man, and I'll be working 8 to 10, 10 to 12 with 2 plates, and that's what I like to see myself doing, 2 and above, that's like something real. And then I dropped down for a rep PR. Last time it was 1 plate for 20 reps. Today was a plate in a 10 kilo or a 5 kilo on each side for 155 pounds approximately. And I got 16 reps. And so I know I'll be getting 20 with those. And just building the pyramid again, but more with the focus of like isolation, burn, getting into the pain zone, like into this part of the set where you want to stop and continue. Tom Platt said, where there's 5 reps, there's always 5 more. Where there's 1 rep, there's always 1 more. It depends. Like, I couldn't have gotten 1 more rep with the 2 plates. I got 4, and that was it. That was it. Same thing with the 16. You could do cluster sets, which are highly effective, where you tap out, bro. Rest for 15 seconds, and then probably only get about 4 or 5, tap out, do, rest for 10, 15 seconds, and continue that until you really can't move the bar. And so that cluster accumulates more work volume in a limited period of time. It's actually highly effective. So all these intensifiers I'm looking forward to using now that my logbook is tapped out. I'm not going to be going for 7 plates on the hack squat. I reached 6. I'm leaving well enough alone. Now I want to work the 6. I want to work the 5. I want to work the 4. I want to do the slow reps, do the time under tension, do the pause tempo, the explosive, slow down, all that stuff to build the muscle. You really have to stress the fibers in a different way to really build the muscle. Now, a quick word on the diet. I've been eating a lot. I keep to my meals. I keep to my macro setup. I eat a certain amount of meat, certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of fats, but then I'll eat anything also. Like I'll eat a dessert, I'll eat a whatever, like just whatever. I've been even drinking soda pop lately until I started feeling like shit. It's like, no, there is a different, not everything is going to build muscle. The insulin spike on the top of the protein to the muscle, the transport into the muscle and all that doesn't really work like that. You start getting fat and you build up insulin resistance, which is probably why I wasn't gaining any more weight. For whatever reason, it's done. So I'm scaling it back, starting to cut with about 2,800, 2,700 calories and just bringing it back into some like structured normalcy with no desserts, no extras, nothing that's not cooked and prepared and packed by you. That, I'm going to start losing some pounds there. Not a lot. I don't want to drop. I don't want to get skinny. I just want to lose some fat and get into shape, which means high intensity cardio, working out harder than last time, and tightening up the diet. And, we'll see. I'll take it, have a plan to do a 12-week period. We'll see how that pans out. I don't like to really prognosticate too far into the future because I'm not doing any bodybuilding shows or anything like that. This is recreational. It's a very serious hobby. Let's just call it a very serious hobby. And so, I do take it, I do put my best effort, absolutely, as if I was going to compete, as if I was a professional. But I have a life. I do other things, and so that gives me a lot of leeway. But I don't want to be a slacker. And neither should you. If you're taking this seriously, even if it's just a hobby, don't go to unreasonable lengths, neither financially nor time-wise nor energy-wise to, spend everything in your life focuses around bodybuilding. No. But if this is like your chosen craft that you do on the side, try to do it to the best of your ability. At least get as knowledgeable as you can. I listen to all the podcasts. I follow all the big trainers. I follow all the Mr. Olympia competitors and some amateurs and gym bros. So I try to get a good idea about everything, right? And I, know a lot about anabolic substances, even though I have not taken all of them, and probably will not. But still, it's good to, for me at least, to know all these things: supplementation, intra workouts, post pre-workout shakes and all that, which I don't do, but I like to investigate all that stuff. It's all interesting. And training systems. Anyways, I'll leave you with the video. And I hope this is edifying. I hope it serves somebody in their journey. Just a perspective, one man's journey over here, how he's doing it, how he's going around doing it. And I don't like to bring age into the equation, but I am 58 and I'm making the best gains of my life. I have never felt healthier. I went through knee issues, through squats, never hurt my back, but I've had shoulder issues because of bench pressing, and all these things become chronic. I have no problems, man. I was doing flies today, nothing, heavy weight, nothing, no problem. Knee issue is gone because I stopped doing the exercise that was bringing it on, and I substituted it for something else. Now I'm doing hack squats and vertical leg presses instead of the Smith squat and the free squat. So it's working for me, feeling healthy, feeling good, thank God. You don't need to stay sick. You don't need to stay injured. I know every case is different, but let me tell you, I worked through my issues and they're gone. I don't have them anymore. So I just hope that, brings hope to somebody else out there dealing with some nagging shit. Work through it. You're smart. Find out a way to get around it. Don't do the thing that's hurting you. Find something else to do. And I didn't never compromise with weight. I kept on training heavy. Oh, it's the heavy weights will destroy your joints. It depends if the exercise you're doing is not biomechanically apt for you. Yeah. And you just keep on doing it over and over and over again. It's hurting more and more and more. That's pretty stupid, man. Don't do it. But, try to find another way around it. There's many ways to skin a cat. God bless everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. So, in keeping in line with the new periodization of diet and cut and definition, more cardio, etc., these exercises, such as the lat pull down, should be done in the most conscientious way possible. And by that I mean really focusing on the contraction. Here, obviously, you can yank a lot of weight, you can pull down faster, do the eccentric faster and all of that, but is it worth it at this stage to do that? No, obviously not. So here we're just going for the absolute best form possible, maintaining the contraction and the tension on the muscle through the entire range of motion, and really trying to peak the upper back and the rear delts. I got a nasty pump off these 4 sets that I'm performing here. I usually do it with like twice the weight. I go up to 200 and some odd pounds. Here I started doing a pyramid from 80 to 100, 110, 120, 140. And like I said, just keeping squeezing, actually really just squeezing the muscle at every moment throughout the entire range of motion. It's very different. It absolutely produces a different response. And the response is one of pain. I was burning, my shoulders, my back, it was really hardcore. I was going to do other exercises besides the lat pull down, but I really didn't have it in me. My main focus today was the shoulders anyways. And like I said, this just really, really did it. Now, on the last set, I tried that Hanny Rambot technique. I don't have it dialed in. I don't really know exactly what it is. I know it's called FST7. And so it has something to do with high repetitions and drop sets. I should really know more about it. So here I started with the max weight. I think it was 145 pounds. And I'm going for 7 reps. And you can see here, I'm really just trying to bring that thing in, really just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And there we go, 1 more rep. And that's it. Drop 20 pounds. I think I dropped the first. No, I think I was just dropping by 10 pounds here. Doing very slow drops and trying to go for 7 more reps. And it's just getting a lot of volume, a lot of workload in a short period of time, which is the philosophy around the FST7, if I believe. It's called sarcoplasmic loading, where you just engorge the fibers with fluid and blood and metabolic residue and all of that. It takes a lot of pain. You have to endure a lot of burn, that's for sure. And it's different training, just power. But this is what we're doing now. This has brought me back to life. I got burned out with my period. 4 months of pursuing strength, and it was great and felt wonderful up until it didn't. I just got completely, from one day to the next, I said, I just don't want to do this anymore. I need to do something different to get excited about it again. And so I'm excited about training again because I want to lose the body fat, get down lower than I was before, get better definition, better abs, get better cardio conditioning, just look better overall. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Absolutely. And then, another period will come after that. That's life. But anyways, needed a new start to things, and today was definitely it. Although technically I started yesterday with my abs and cardio session. Today was back, and it was just ouch, ouch. My shoulders were cranking. There we went to the Smith machine and doing the overhead press with the Smith machine. Really getting a nice range here, just feeling just the perfect angle. I really love this machine. I'm starting to get in tune with this exercise. I'm really enjoying it. So here, warmed up with 1 plate. Right off the bat, it felt kind of heavy. And I noticed it was just psychological. It was like my mind was not fully engaged, so I upped the weight a little bit, put 20 more pounds, and just decided crank out some faster reps this time, not doing the time under tension, because I did want to reach my top set, and you can't reach your top set if you're fatiguing on the way up. So here we go for 200 pounds, and here I know I'm going to get it because here it's feeling pretty easy. So these plate and 3/4 on each side. And here we got a PR. Oh, it was so much fun. Last time it was my first try with 2 plates, got 3 reps, and today we got 4. 1, 2, 3, and one more, man. Come on, you got it, and 4 reps. That was a grinder right there, but got it. Then we did the drop set for the rep PR, because last week it was just 1 plate for 20 reps, and that was a PR. And so we need to graduate and go to something a little bit more challenging, not to go higher reps. And so here we're doing it with 155, and I counted out 16 reps. Just felt great. This was absolutely stimulating and motivating. Can't wait until I, do this again. I just, and then I'm gonna start using my chest day will be on the Smith also, because I've been kind of stagnating with the bench and the incline, and always that fear of re-tearing my pec. So anyway, so here we go to the shoulder flies with very lightweight, just doing 25 pounders. And again, just trying to get the range here, bringing them up higher, and just focusing on the burn, really trying to contract every single muscle as I am doing the movement. That's the purpose of this movement. It's not just to throw the weight around. I've done that in the past. It has its time and place. I will not denigrate on using heavy weights for these isolation moves. I've gone up to 60 pounds on these, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. I want to really polish those delts, and after those massive shoulder presses, well, what better than to do these shoulder flies and do them as strict as possible. And even this is challenging, even with this lightweight, when you're doing it in this fashion, really flexing your shoulders, trying to shrug the shoulder back. And I was feeling capped. It was great. It was wonderful. So there we go, just in a few extra movements there, and that's it. Then here, just do the easiest, most simple, straightforward triceps exercise there is, the angled bar push down. And, just start out with 55 pounds. And again, flexing. When I'm not just pushing the weight here, I'm flexing. I almost got a cramp. I flexed so hard, I thought I was the inside of my triceps near the armpit was going to cramp up just from this one set. It was like, oh my God, this is a light weight. But when you do it that way, it's like, okay, here we bumped it up to 70 pounds after a 3-minute rest, and just trying to get in some more work volume. And here it's more like bracing and just getting into position. And of course the triceps do take all the load, but nonetheless you have to brace for it to be, moved along properly. So that was fun. It was a good set. Just 2 sets of triceps, but man, they were burning. And like later on during the day, I tried to just sit up on my chair, and I almost cramped my arm. And here we're doing the Zotmann curl, which really works the forearms. I've never done these in my life conscientiously. I've been aware of them. It's not something that I do ever. So today I was doing them, and I noticed right off the bat my forearms are getting pumped. They're like, ouch, this is doable. It's a lightweight. It's only 25 pounds or 20 pounds. And so I'm trying to do it to the utmost of perfection, very slow, twist it around, bring it down slowly. And in those turns right there at the top, the forearm, let me tell you, man, it's like, this is a very amazing exercise. Sure, you can't do heavy weight, or at least I'm not using heavy weight for now. Here we go up to 25 pounds, which is still a very light weight. And yet it started to feel challenging. It started to feel like this is an effort. But it was great. This is something I need to be doing a little bit more of to bring up those forearms. And, you can build up the biceps and the forearms at the same time. This is the way to do it. Supersetting with or doing them on the back of the triceps exercise. And so got in a nice little arm workout, nice arm pump. Starting with the shoulder pump on the lat pull down. Okay, that's it, guys. God bless everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.